Okay, this will be a mini video just for the M14 hop-up unit, so you don't have to watch everything else and get bored. Okay, this is for the M14 Combat Master. Will work for the regular M14 and the Soak 16 and some other M14s out there. Let's take a look at it. You're going to have, when you adjust hop-up, you press on this wheel, or press on this little lever that goes like so. As you can see, it basically, same functions, just different shapes as the M4. So this part is just putting pressure on the nub on the bucking. Nothing too crazy. Let me go ahead and take this apart. What I'm going to do is there's a spring underneath here. As you can see, that's the only small part you have to worry about. I'm going to use a small pick and just kind of press down and kind of pull it to the side. And if you lose the spring, you can find it from a mechanical pen or something like that. It's nothing in the world. You can use any substitute springs. Okay, it's not popping out. Let me go ahead and, I guess, cheat. I'm going to press forward and down a little, and then press to remove the locking little collar. Similar to like the M4, how it goes around the barrel in the hop-up unit, just different shape, the same idea. So now, let me go ahead and slide that spring off. I can wiggle this off. You can have the little brass collar and the Mad Bull bucking. Now, for the M4 barrels and the M14 barrels, they are different. So for example, you have an M4 barrel in this hand, M14. Notice how the cuts are for the little clip. So when you're shopping for a barrel, make sure you find one for an M14. Or worst case scenario, you're basically going to get a hand file and just make this cut. The Bravo barrels, and even the modified barrels, I believe, have the little cut for the M14 and M4. So that's a cool thing. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Now I can get back to this little spring. As you can see a little better, I'm just going to kind of have my hands as a shield. Pops off. Okay, cool. You don't really need to take this apart, but if you really wanted to, you can. But that's the little spring right there. And now I could punch these little pins out and take it apart. It'd probably be easier, if you really want to change the nub, is just look through and keep the little spring back on there and press to expose the nub and pop it out like so. So to put it back in, I would say go from the front, oops, and same thing. Now this is where silicone comes into play. Put a drop of silicone on there. Just use and modify. You can use any silicone or paintball oil. Don't use gun oil or WD-40. But this will make it kind of tacky and gummy, so the nub will not slide out. Now it's basically sitting there. Okay, I'm going to slide it back. Press to raise up the little adjuster arm. Almost got it. Okay, cool. And just like for the M4s and AKs, you want to make sure that it's on the 12 o'clock position. So I'm looking through, I'm pressing this, the little adjuster arm, to raise or add more hop. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, cool, I see it. It's at 12 o'clock position. And it's kind of tacky because I put the silicone oil, but it's spring loaded and this will push it back. So that's good. So let me go ahead and put it back together. Regular hop-up ideas of putting the bucking on with the little rib right here. And go ahead and make sure the groove is on the bottom. This is on the bottom. And slide in. and double check. Press the hop up. Okay, I see it. It's adding more hop, and good. Now go ahead and keep it pressed forward and gently press down and back to expose this area so you can add a little lock. Oh, so you can add a little lock, and it'll click, and it's on there pretty good. Make sure this is springy. Slide the collar in and the spring. So that's basically how you do the M14 hop up. Go ahead and if you want to continue watching M14 stuff, I will link it back to this video. This is just a real quick, save you some time.